First of all, I'd like to thank one of the followers of our channel, Daniel Bowden, different ways to pronounce it, but a very smart guy, mentioned the fact of one of the worst performances by a goalie in NHL history. I did a podcast on the bad Winnipeg Jets squad of 81, and of course Daniel had mentioned this. Now, this player wasn't as bad as his NHL performance showed. Actually, he played with, get this, ladies and gentlemen, 11 minor hockey teams over 3 seasons. Encompassing, I think, a half dozen leagues. Now, Jim Stewart of Hudson, Massachusetts has a unique distinction. He started his first NHL game for the Boston Bruins in the 1979-80 season. But when he gave up 3 goals in the first 4 minutes and 5 goals in the first period, his coach yanked him and he was replaced by fellow rookie Marco Barreau in the second period and never played in the NHL again. Now, born April 23rd, 1957 in Cambridge, Massachusetts, your typical normal size for a goalie, 5'10", 170, came to major prominence by playing in his early years with Holy Cross College of the ECAC second division back in the 1970s. Now, by 79, he had got some minor hockey experience with the New Hampshire Cape Cod Freedoms of the NEAHL. Now, in 1980, he split time between the Broom Dusters of the AHL and the Utica Mohawks of the EHL. Now, the line for that game for Boston, again, 1 game, 20 minutes, 5 goals, a 15 average, and he did make 4 saves with a 44.4% save percentage. Now, there's various books that have talked about his performance, including, I think, one by One Game Wonders that ECW Press out of Ontario has wrote. Now, here it gets completely and utterly bizarre. Over the 81 and 82 season, he played for 8 teams in the CHL, the IHL, the AHL, the EHL, and the ACHL. So have pads will travel. 81, he played with the Indianapolis Checkers for 3 games, the Saginaw Gears of the IHL for 3 games, the Springfield Indians of the AHL for 3 games. I'm seeing 3 games tryouts, where he was just atrocious for Springfield, losing all 3 games. Now, he also played with the Salem Raiders that season of the EHL. Now, 82, he played with the Baltimore Skipjacks of the ACHL and the Cape Cod Buccaneers again of the ACHL. He eventually got back to the AHL for the Binghamton Whalers for 4 games and then wrapped up his minor hockey career with the Nashville South Stars in 82. Now, after retiring from hockey, he went on to coaching, but all I can say is that Internet Hockey Database doesn't tell the whole story. He played with 11 minor hockey teams over 3 seasons plus the Bruins. So I don't know exactly how many chances he was given, but for some of my friends in the Boston media said he generally was a decent goalie. And you look at that numbers with Utica in 1980, that's he was taking a lot of shots, made nearly 900 saves in 30 games that year, and for some reason, ladies and gentlemen, he was taking a lot of penalty minutes. Like in 1980, he took 66 minutes in penalties. In 1982, he took 60s. So whatever was going on, there should be a 30 documentary, ESPN, ABC, to basically explain why Jimmy Stewart, the hockey version, or as he was named, James M. Stewart Jr., has never had a documentary made on him. I hope this is the first step towards a possible documentary, but I know for a fact that a lot of fans in the Boston region remember him not for the good things, but for that first period. And knowing, not say the Nesson style, if I'm not mistaken, these Boston games were also radio broadcasts as well. It's too bad there isn't a tape on there how bad he was in that first period. But you play for 11 minor pro teams over 3 seasons. You play NCAA. I mean, no disparaging the guy. He made the NHL, but for some whatever reason couldn't take it to that top level. Was okay at the second level and pretty outstanding at the third level. So you got to give him what he's worth. So that's the story of the Hollywood acting hockey player Jimmy Stewart. If we're liking what we're doing here, give us a like, comment, and subscribe. So Daniel, this is for you. Although you didn't request it, you tickled my brain as to why I forgot that in the first place. And I did see a write-up of that game in the Hockey News, and let me tell you, it was different. And I learned from reporters many years ago, you're only good as your last write-up. So if anybody knows of an interesting write-up on the game, please point me in the right direction. I like to read what the local media had to say, especially from his hometown. So thanks for listening. Bye.